All right. Welcome back, everyone. This is Jay coming to you from Brooklyn. Ready to invite you all to the fantasy football draft for the year 2014-2015. Uh, Tonight is a pivotal night in what we consider the possible results, and it could go a very long way in determining who the winner of this year's league would be. Um, don't take too much away from it, though. You always want the first pick. You want to make the high draft pick, and then in the end, it all comes down to who gets injured, who doesn't get injured, whatever. So let's see who picks first. But in the end, it's not the end of the world. All right. So let's do a little breakdown of this year's draft. First, I'm going to talk to you about some of the new rules, new changes, some of the changes to the league, some of the new rules, some of the new scoring. I'm going to go over the new faces. I'm going to give you some unwanted observations, and then we're going to go ahead and do the lottery. So, as usual, I want to thank my sponsors. I got Dell Computers. They led me to the championship last year. I want to give a shout out to HTC, the humongous tinfoil catamaran, in which I've already downloaded the ESPN app, and I'm ready to kick all your asses on it. So if you don't have it already, I really recommend you do get the app. It's, it's much better than last year's app. You can even draft on it. I've already done a whole bunch of mock drafts, so highly recommend it. Uh, Here's the change. All right. Uh, we're also brought to you by Coors Light, the official beer of my New York Giants. All right. Here we're gonna do big things this year. All right. Also want to give a special shout out to So Loyal Clothing Inc. Follow them at So Loyal Clothing Inc. And don't just follow them, but buy So Loyal Clothing Inc. One of the players in our league is actually the owner, the creator, the founder of So Loyal Products. So get with it. Also, I want to thank my sponsor, Altoids, because sometimes when you're eating that pussy, you might slip up on some ass, and nothing takes away the taste of ass like Altoids. If three of these little fuckers doesn't take that ass taste out of your mouth, then y'all motherfuckers need to see a doctor. All right, so that's it for our sponsors for right now. We're going to get into some of the rule changes quickly. Um, we changed the PPR rule. It used to be, well, for those of you who don't know what a PPR is, every player that is eligible to receive catches such as tight ends, wide receivers, running backs, they used to get a whole point for every catch. This year we're going to do zero point 0.5 or half a point for every catch. That means that, if you catch two balls, that's 1 point, and then you're going to add whatever amount of yards to that, and you could possibly add a touchdown to that, and that'll add up to whatever point total you get. Um, this is an IDP league. IDP means independent or individual defensive player, in case you didn't know. Um, if you follow or if you investigate and you look into all of these different draft sites, they're always going to tell you to draft a running back first. I'm not going to make an argument against that. I'm not going to say to not draft a running back first, but I'll tell you that more than once last year, and by the way, we're talking to the defending champion. More than once last year, my defense was actually the thing that bailed me out, as you get a point for every tackle. And I don't know about you, but I think maybe getting a tackle is easier than running 10 yards. So go figure. 10 yards for a point for a running back, one tackle for a corner or defensive end or even a linebacker gets you 1 point. So to each his own. I'm not saying you should draft defensive players first, but make sure you get good defense. Also, this year we're going to switch from the traditional, at least in our league, traditional three wide receiver sets. We're going to go for two wide receivers. So the way that it's going to break down, it's one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, one tight end, the flex player, which could be a receiver, running back, or tight end, the three individual defensive players, one kicker. We don't have team defenses. All right. If you do happen to draft a Patrick Peterson type who may return uh, kicks, you could get points if he returns a touchdown. Um, but otherwise, it'll just be a corner doing cornerback kind of plays. And that's it for the new rules. This year, we decided to make it a money league. We submitted it to a vote, and it turned out that most of us, out of 12 votes, 11 of us wanted it to be a money league. The amount that was set was 400 pesos, that's Dominican pesos. For us living outside of Dominican Republic, that's a little over $8, so I wouldn't really stress it. Um, Later on, we're going to talk about how we're going to do the prize, if we're just going to award the entire prize to the one first place winner, or if we're going to break up that prize. So that's really something for us to decide later on. So let's welcome also our two new players. We got Daryl and Illich replacing Juan and Amaury. They, I want to say that they were valiant competitors. One of them is a previous champion of this one of these leagues, but they just totally sucked ass last year. So I'm not gonna waste any more time mentioning them. And that's it. That's all. Those are all the acknowledgments I wanted to give. Let's get right on to the draft. Speaking of eating pussy, let me go ahead and have me another one of these Altoids. All right. Got another sponsor here, Jupe, because you're never too young to smell like an old man. Get that shit out of here. All right. We're bringing back the infamous, the now famous black Nike bag. If you played in the league before, you remember the black Nike bag. Even though I think this is the first time we do lottery for football, uh, the last two lotteries were done for basketball and baseball. They were kind of a success, so we're doing this again. Um, I got all of the team names on post-its. They're all identically sized. As I pull them out, I'm going to mention them when I put them in the bag, and also I'm going to tape them so that the sticky side sticks to the post-it and not to the bag. So let's see what luck brings us. I got the fantasy football fantasies. God knows what the fuck that means. I think Packy's on crack. Honestly, I think he's just stalling to possibly try to get a better name later. But for the meantime, he's going to be in the lottery as fantasy football fantasy. So that goes in the bag. We have the Farfan Bushes Picapollo Chino. That's Donnie's team. They're going in the bag. All right. Next, we got the Naco Pigs. Make sure everyone is there. Naco Pigs. All right. Ivan's team, destined for great failures. There's the Suck My Cock. Definitely a team that I am going to enjoy writing about this year. Just telling people suck my cock all the time. The Rum Tacklers. I would imagine that by this point, if you've never really won anything, man, why not try a new team name? But whatever, that's on you, Adeli. Rum Tacklers. Let's see what we got this year. We got the Brady Bunch. Who's the Brady Bunch? I think this is Joel Brito and his Brady Bunch. That'll be a really stupid name if you don't draft Brady, if you're saying. We got Gotham City Rogues. Probably the last year he plays, since he's thinking about getting married. Probably the wife won't want to play anymore. We have Camel Toes or Moose Knuckles. Alright. That's my team this year. If you don't know, look up the difference between Camel Toes and Moose Knuckles. I think the house has ghosts. I've seen them walk by behind me. So Loyal Taveras. It's my cousin Juan. It's going in the black bag as well.